Virgo, this is your weekly tarot card reading and astrology forecast from Born Without Boundaries. Welcome to Born Without Boundaries, guys. My name is Michelle. If you're just finding the channel, thank you for finding the channel. If you really like my videos, be sure to subscribe because there's 12 videos, 12 messages that come out for each week, one for each zodiac sign. So this is a message for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. It is your message. So wherever it resonates, in whatever part of your life it resonates, it is for you. So you take it how it resonates in your life. And I promise you, even though the astrology that we're going to go over is from December 8th to like the 15th, 16th, the energy of that astrology will reach you when you're ready to receive it. And this message will come to you at any time when you are ready. So believe me, Virgo, whenever you see this video is the right time for you. There's always an extended reading that I hope you guys will join me for. That link is down below in the description box. I will pin it to the top of the comment section as well. And I'm going to attach the link that you can just click on to the end of this video. I also have a second YouTube channel called Astrology Motivation that I hope you guys will join me for. I do live daily tarot card readings Monday through Friday there, as well as a weekly astrology forecast and lots of fun stuff. So I hope you guys will find that channel as well. So this is not the, you guys know I'm always straight with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. Okay, I'm just not. That's not who I am. This is not the easiest week. Your ruling dignitary Mercury is still in a loose conjunction with Venus, but there's a lot of tension. And for the predominant part of this week, in the beginning of this week, we start off with opposition between Mercury and Mars, and then Mercury and the Moon. And that's what I want to talk to you about, because when this Moon is in Cancer, it's almost like it sets something off, especially when it comes to family or somebody or people who are like family. And there's opposition there, maybe feeling let down by them or removed from them, disappointed by them, or kind of neglected or abandoned by them. And what that catalyzes in you is feelings that you will be struggling with for the next week and a half. And that is generated by Chiron square to both Venus and Mercury. When Chiron is square to Mercury, is almost like a sense of, I can't say what I need to say. I can't get my thoughts together correctly. Things don't add up. I don't feel right about it, or I'm not hearing what I need to hear. The information doesn't make sense, or I'm not able to articulate what I'm feeling or what I am thinking, or at the very worst, I never hear any kind words, or everything that I'm hearing is disappointing me. And that catalyst comes from that Moon in Cancer. And so there is some stress or dynamic when it comes to your family situation, either your immediate family or the family that you came from. So yeah, that's kind of there in the cards. Now, however this plays out in your life, it could be you're dealing with your spouse's familiar situations. Whatever it is, it will be catalyzed on Friday, and then you will be dealing with these feelings of inadequacy or inability to express yourself, or not being heard. Like people don't want to listen, people not seeing your value, or people saying things to you that devalue you. So this is it's not the easiest week. There is a relief on Wednesday, the 14th of December, when the Moon goes into Virgo, which is it could be your first house, but it's your native house. Let's say that. And it forms a grand trine to Mercury in Capricorn, because Mercury's in Capricorn now, and to Uranus and Taurus. So there's a grand trine, and I think that grand trine is changing. It's almost like when you realize I have to change how I talk to people, or when they realize they have to change how they talk to you, or there's a sense of, I want to speak to new people, or I'm tired of saying the same old thing or thinking the same old thing. There's got to be a different twist to this. So at least there's almost like a brilliant idea that could come through around that time, where you're really able to finally say or think what you need to think. And then in a week from then, Mercury is about to go into retrograde. Oh, no, maybe more than a week. That's going to be December 29th. So especially you guys will start to feel that slowing down. But I think there's a major revelation or something that suddenly makes sense, or sort of feeling like, well, I don't want to do the same old thing. You know, I'm sort of comfortable with something new or something different. So that little break in this energy that's pretty tough, that little break is going to, I think, work wonders for you in you getting through this week and being able to do something with this energy. So let's get into the cards. We've got two in front of me right now. Let's turn them over. Time to let go, and there is always enough. So this is about disappointment. This is about disappointment and the sadness that has been building up inside of you, that there doesn't seem to be enough caring or enough love or enough emotion, or something isn't inspiring you the way that it used to. It could be that you're stuck in doldrums, that you've got stuck in, you're like boring, like something's boring, or something is like diminished in a way that you can't fix it. So there's a sense of you've been holding on or trying to hold on to old emotions or old dreams or hopes. And there's a sense of needing to let that go. In some ways, realizing that if you had a hope that things were going to change or become abundant, they're not. At least not with this thing. It could be with something different. Or realizing that, you know, if this isn't working, then we could try it a different way. And that may be the revelation that comes to you on December 14th. Innovation or inspiration for innovation, because right now there is this sense of real disappointment. If you have a Piscean in your life, if you have a Scorpio in your life, there's a real sense of sadness here, and an emotion that's just sat and been held onto, because it doesn't seem like there's enough. There's not enough. That's the message that I keep getting, because there is always enough. There's not enough. Something has run dry. And you are magical, and it's almost like you are the Hanukkah story. You can make what's meant to last for one night, you can make it last for 8. You can work those kind of miracles. It's just how you are. You're very economic. But even you are going to have to come to the point where you're like, I can't make this work. There really just isn't enough feeling there anymore. And I think it's cutting really, really deep, because it's a reality that you've buried and really haven't talked about. And the truth is this, Virgo, you don't have to talk about it with anybody. You just have to sort of have this honest conversation with yourself first. And I think that that's the most important thing too. Like, this week is not about some grand announcement. This week is not about some, huge, major, speech that you're going to make. This is a quiet week where you're able to finally settle into something that you've been struggling with. And with the acceptance of that, you'll be able to move forward. You'll know the proper way to move forward, and we're going to get into how to move forward. So let's get into, I just want to get a few more cards because only 2 came out. The fact that only 2 came out is telling me that it's because this is kind of going to consume your week. This could also be about health. This could also be about sadness with regards to some sort of sickness, mental illness, physical illness, anything. Emotional illness, a sense of this is not something I can heal, right? That or dealing with it, maybe even talking about it or saying it for the first time, coming out and addressing it. Because there's almost like this sense of, I gotta let this go. I gotta let it out. I gotta say something. We have sing your own song here, which is, it's gonna come from you. It's gotta come when you're ready, and it's gotta be in your own words. It's gotta be in a way that you are ready to communicate it. And I think what this is saying is you are ready now. You are ready to address it. It's also a sense of independence. So if this has to do with relationships, this is a sense of maybe for the first time in a long time, you're feeling actually capable of being alone, of being able to be without somebody, or to express yourself, express who you are. Like you can't hold on to it anymore. If you are Virgo, if you are somebody who has repressed their creative side, this is when it will start to leak out and you won't be able to resist because it's what you have. It's almost like starving yourself of music and then finally turning on song again because you need it, right? This is a part of you. Sing your own song. Sing your own song. It could even be you deciding that since this situation that you're stuck in is not going anywhere, you're just going to take the reins and start making decisions and do it yourself. And that's sort of what the universe is trying to do right now. It's pushing us through our own discomfort. It's clicking at it's pecking or plucking at our Achilles heel. That's what it's doing. And it's doing it because it wants us to live up to our full potential. And if there's anything about you somebody that you love that you felt is not living up to its full potential, the universe is pushing you to recognize it, realize it, and do something about it. So this could be trying to ignite or incite something that hasn't been living up to its full potential and being able to sort of, do something about it. Time for a deep dive. So look deeper into it. Figure out what the problem is, where the disease is, where the disconnect is, or where the lacking is. Let's also discuss the meaning of this card, which has romantic implications. So what do I mean by romance? Anything like the idealistic perspectives in your mind. Time for a deep dive. It's almost like you're able to access your feelings through your voice. So you're digging deep. You're willing this time around to dig deep, especially when it comes to partnership, and just come out and speak and say, especially expressions of love if you feel like you have stifled them for whatever reason. But I think that this doesn't have to necessarily be between you and somebody else. It could be between you and you. It's diving deep into, it's like this would be a perfect week to write a love song. This would be a perfect week to take all those emotions that you've been sitting on and use it and turn it into some sort of vocal or written verbal communication. It could even be saying that all of this is bringing you closer together, or it's making you even more committed. Okay, but we're going to get into that. Let's see. So this is what we have now. That's all of our underlying energy that we're dealing with between the astrology and the first round of cards. So where are we going in the future? Right now, nothing has come out in the past. Okay, it seems like everything is coming up from the past. And then we have a time for healing. So that's beautiful. It's saying new moon. Now this is offering me a time frame, because the new moon, there is a new moon in Capricorn that is coming up on December 23rd. And I think it's going to be, I've actually predicted this for a while, a very happy, merry Christmas. So a new start, or revitalizing something, or starting to build something. Something is starting to grow, something is starting to build. But it's offering me a time frame. So by December 23rd, there is this opening then of healing and the ability to sort of to see the light coming back into a situation, maybe a restart or a complete new build. But something is, there's not, I'm not going to say hope, there's light again, there's possibility again, there's energy there again. And then we have your dreams need a practical plan. So as soon as we're hit with this healing, it's also saying, what are we going to do about it? So everything that you're going through now is setting you up to be able to answer that question. Answer the question of, well, what am I going to do about it? Well, here's my plan. This could have to do with finances or money, but Taurus is, it's what you love. It's what you value. It's where you place your value, where you place your energy, and where you place your resources. I think you're taking your resources and you're starting to invest it someplace different. Now, however that works out in your life, whether it's your relationships, whatever, your purchases, you're tired of, and you realize that you can't take anything here. You know, it could even be this sense of, you know, you may not be changing your love for what you study, but you may be changing where you put your money, where you study. You know, the sense of, I've tried to make it work, but it's not working, and I still care, so I'm going to find a way I'm going to find where I can make it work for me. That's what this is. It's like the shift of resources, but I think it took you emotionally, it is going to be an emotional week for you because it took you a while to get to where you are. Let's get to the details. It took you a while to be able to see what you needed. Listen, not every reading is the best, but this I think is very practical. We have the Tower here. So yeah, something is crumbling down, or something is ending, something is finished. Something may even be closing, right? But this is the thing. There's a great deal of strength that is coming from it. And I think maybe it's a tower to your strength. Like you've been a tower of strength and now you're finally letting yourself crumble. And that's the strongest thing that you could do, is let yourself crumble. And I know that it doesn't make any sense, but it does, because it's leaving room for God to come in and show you the new direction. This is also a sense of becoming stronger because of this Tower moment or this realization. So what is this Tower moment, please? Can you please confirm for Virgo, what is this Tower moment? What is this Tower moment? Could have something to do with a home. There is, maybe you placed money on a home, or maybe you own a home, or you lived somewhere, or has to do with where you live, or an institution you invested in. There's disappointment there. There's disappointment. I think you did invest a great deal. Okay, there's disappointment, but then there's also, look, Ace of Pentacles and Page of Cups. It's like, it's almost like insurance money. Oh, can I say that? That's very specific. But it seems like with the crumbling of whatever's crumbling, there's some sort of like insurance money that's coming out of it, or some sort of like cracking the eggshell open and then the abundance comes out. I really feel like this maybe, and it's going to help you make, even though you're disappointed, it's going to help you find a way to make things work, or open up the door to resources that you can use to start fresh. Okay, you could even be getting refunds of some sort. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, keep going, keep going. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Holy shit. Leave the comments below. I would really like to know how this is playing out. Two of Pentacles is saying that, yeah, right now, money is tight. Like there's a shift or a change where money was unknown, or value was unknown. Like, you know, I was juggling. Maybe I was robbing Peter to pay Paul. Or just a sense of, I didn't know how this was going to go. I didn't know how this was going to turn out. Eight of Pentacles is here. So with this instability comes a great deal of stability. It also kind of renews your sense. It works out for you. Eight of Pentacles is, there is money coming in because of how you dealt with this situation. If that makes any sense to you, yeah, leave the comments below, because I really want to be sure here. Two of Pentacles is, it could even be how you value things is changing. Eight of Cups is here, which is confirming that around this full moon, you were done. Maybe words were exchanged, and you were just finished. You had to walk away. That's current time, so it has something to do with that. that you set yourself up for what's to come, or there was just releasing and accepting that you didn't want to work on this anymore, or there was no more work that you could do. There's no more you could give, because 8 is a very active energy. So 8 of Cups is like there was no more you could give. You worked really hard on something, right? But there was no more you can give. Around the full moon, that would be the full moon in Gemini that just passed. So there was a sense of, what did you walk away from, or what did you don't even have to have announced it, but it's like, what conclusion did you come to around that time where you're like, I've taken enough is enough. It all relates back to that. Let's go into the extended. I have 2 more cards here and I want to talk about them. Please do meet me there. I will see you guys there.